I couldn't believe it, but vinegar is the absolute insider tip for household use. There are 9 incredible tricks with vinegar that almost nobody knows, but everyone should, because they are so brilliant. And here I'll show them to you. If you listen to all the tricks, you'll be amazed. But let's start with a few small tricks. If you've peeled some garlic or onions and now your apartment smells like them, all you need to do is place a small bowl of vinegar in the kitchen, ideally overnight, and the smell will be completely gone. And if you've cut garlic or onions, you know that your fingers smell afterwards. To handle this, you can mix 1 part vinegar with 1 part water. Dip your fingers in and rub them, because this will remove the smells from your fingers and they won't stink anymore. Vinegar also acts as a disinfectant and is therefore perfectly suited for disinfecting surfaces or wooden kitchen utensils. Just apply a small amount of vinegar to a cloth and wipe it with them. After that, all bacteria should be killed. We also find a lot of germs in our keyboards since we use them daily. And here you can use a little vinegar to clean and disinfect them. Wipe it gently with the vinegar and then again with the dry side of the cloth to remove any residue. And just like that, the keyboard is clean again. For the small gaps, there's another brilliant trick. You can take a cotton swab, dip it in vinegar and go through all the little gaps. This way you can get them wonderfully clean. Vinegar is also an incredible descaler, so you can use it in your dishwasher to clean it. For this you also need some baking soda. Pour 50 grams of the baking soda at the bottom of your dishwasher, making sure it's well distributed. In the second step we also need vinegar. Pour it into the compartment where you usually put your dishwasher tab or powder, filling it completely. Close it now and then start your dishwasher. There should be no dishes in the dishwasher at this time. Start it at a high temperature and let it run through completely. After that it will be completely cleaned and descaled from the inside, definitely extending the lifespan of your dishwasher. And you can see how incredibly well it removes limescale with this example. For this we need a standard paper towel in combination with vinegar. Pour vinegar into a small bowl as you can see here. Ideally grab a brush next and paint the areas where you have a lot of limescale on your faucet, usually around the bottom edge. You can see I've got quite a bit of limescale built up. Wait until you see the incredible before and after result. Now put on your gloves and take some of the paper towels, fold them and soak them in the vinegar so they are nicely saturated. Next, place them around the areas of your faucet where the limescale is. Make sure they are well pressed on. There should be a bit of it everywhere. If you have a small amount of vinegar left in a bowl, you can pour it over the top. Then wait, let it sit for 1 to 2 hours depending on how big the limescale is. When the time is up, you can remove the paper towels. Grab a sponge and wipe over all the areas. But after a short time you can see that all the limescale has dissolved and the faucet is clean again. This is how it looked like before, and this is what it looks like after the treatment. And all that without having to scrub hard. Since vinegar can also remove stubborn stains, we can apply it to the toilet at a particular spot that you probably don't clean too often. Plus, you'll need some toilet paper for this. So here's what you do. Pour a little vinegar into a bowl. Soak the toilet paper towels in it so they are nicely saturated with vinegar. Now you should tuck them under a specific spot under your toilet, right under the rim, because you usually can't easily reach and clean this spot. Yet a lot of dirt and limescale as well as urine scale have accumulated here. To let it work properly, you should leave it under the toilet rim for several hours. When the time is up, flush to remove most of the dirt. Along with the toilet paper, some chunks of dirt will also come out. Then give it a good scrub with the toilet brush to remove all the remains. And just like that, your toilet is clean under the rim again. And did you know that you can get your towels nice and soft and fluffy again with some vinegar, as if you've just bought them fresh? Here's how this trick works. Again, you'll need some vinegar and another ingredient. For 1 wash, we need 50 milliliters of vinegar, plus we need baking soda. You should use 2 heaping tablespoons of it. Go to your washing machine and first put in the towels you want to get soft again. You can now put the baking soda directly into the drum. The vinegar should go up in the fabric softener compartment, because you shouldn't use fabric softener for this. The reason your towels get hard over time is the hard water. Since vinegar is a good descaler, it removes the limescale from your towels, making them soft and fluffy again. Add your regularly laundry detergent and, if you like, an essential oil of your choice so everything smells nice at the end. Don't worry, it won't smell like vinegar at all. If you start the washing machine now and let it run through as usual, you'll find your towels soft again as if you just bought them fresh. And you can even apply vinegar to your feet. For this you should definitely use apple cider vinegar, as only that is really good for the skin. Here's how to do it. Grab a bowl big enough for your feet and pour in apple cider vinegar. You'll need about 150 to 200 milliliters of it. Then you need water. It should be about 2.5 liters. To enhance the effect, you can also add a small amount of salt. Stay in this foot bath for about 20 minutes. Because apple cider vinegar is anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and can regulate the skin's pH value. Dry your feet afterwards and ideally moisturize them. Do this 2 to 3 times a week and you'll notice your feet becoming much softer and more supple. Additionally, vinegar can ensure that you never have to call the plumber again. For this you also need baking soda. Put 1 to 2 packages directly into your drain, and then we need 150 milliliters of vinegar. Pour it right after. You'll notice it immediately starts to foam and a reaction is clearly occurring. Let it sit for about an hour afterwards. When the time is up, rinse with hot water. This way you'll remove all the deposits from your drain. It should also no longer smell unpleasant if it did before. Do this regularly to prevent clog. If you now want to learn 10 incredible tricks with Rinse Aid, click on the video you see on the screen now, because there I show you incredible tricks that hardly anyone knows.